Hey now, and welcome down to KC Toy Reviews. We are here today with Black Adam, specifically the Golden Armor Deluxe version by Hot Toys. And as you can see in front of us, clearly, as always, Hot Toys has laid the rock bottom down on this piece. I have been blown away by the quality, the overall appearance, and of course, if you're at all curious about those details, then let's go ahead, hold each other's hands, and dive right the hell goddamn in! Finally, Black Adam has come back to, well, I guess wherever you live. And forgive me for all the cheesy lines, because I am a massive wrestling fan. I have been watching TheRock ever since I've been a kid, all the way to what we are about to see in WrestleMania 40. So to get any iteration of him, especially with Black Adam, I am very excited. And well, call me crazy and maybe I'm one of the few, but I thoroughly enjoyed Black Adam. I went with my kids, we left that movie theater really enjoying that movie. I thought TheRock did a fantastic job. I know everybody hates his acting, but again, I'm one of the few, and perhaps I'm biased, but I thought the action, Pierce Brosnan, and of course Superman at the end, all tied together in a pretty decent DC movie. And while the DC slate was horrible as it is, this in my opinion was one of the best. And of course, in no particular order, I think for starters, we should just get out of the way. What you see is what you get as far as accessories, and then these 4 lightning bolts here. And then again, as you can see, you get 4 different versions of those lightning bolts. Just a slight variation difference between each one, but they have a nice weight, and I think the overall look of them looks fantastic. Take a look at the spot-on representation of Dwayne Johnson here. I really think this head sculpt is absolutely amazing and probably one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. And of course, swapping out the head sculpts is rather unique due to the little electrical system. Oh, almost pulled this whole thing out there. Oh, pull that piece off. And then you know what? Let's do it. What the hell? What is down here? This keeps trying to pull off here. And you can pull this piece off here. I'm kind of confused at what the hell you would do with that. Maybe that's where you put the batteries or something. I don't know. Comment below. I'm not big on the batteries and stuff, but obviously that's where the light source comes from. And then the other head sculpt here. And then we have the very stereotypical Dwayne Johnson people's eyebrow head sculpt on this one. And I dig it. I really like this head sculpt. Also, it looks amazing. I just don't really remember when he did it in the movie. And I really dig it. I think this head sculpt also looks fantastic, as we can kind of see, as always, just a slight glisten to the eyes there. The skin tone paint application. I can see some veins even on the side of his head here. Just the overall presentation and quality is absolutely amazing. And as we start to make our way down, the suit is probably one of the most fantastic, detailed, perfectly fitted suits I've ever seen. The only hindrance with all this is the articulation. Because it's so tightly fit. Oh my god! No! That doesn't even make sense, actually. If I look at that shot back there, I don't even think I touched him. I don't even understand why the hell he fell, other than a Casey curse. Anyways, back to the absolutely fantastic detailed suit that is Black Adam in front of us. We really just need to say, wow. There is a slight contrast between the dull gold on the belt and the brighter, vibrant gold on his chest. And of course, all that scratches and detail throughout the suit is absolutely insane. This is probably one of the best 1/6 scale superhero suits I've seen in a long time. And just the insane detail just around his abs area here, the belt, his nuts. Insane the level of detail that Hot Toys did. Let's take a look. How does Black Adam's ass look? Not bad. I'd say Captain America's ass is nicer, but not bad. Anyways, we do have double jointed elbows, so insane articulation. I would be very, very careful because of this suit here. But wow, really, really nice articulation. Anytime you have this rubberized suit, oh, it's going to fall off again. This thing is a pain in the ass. Anytime you have a rubberized suit like this, I would be very, very careful with the articulation, keeping it in any type of bended pose for too long. I got a note taken on and off the hands was a breeze on this guy. Sometimes on figures, it is a pain in the ass. Literally, they'll snap sometimes. The legs, the knees, they look beefy, they're detailed, the paint application, everything on this piece from top to bottom is absolutely stellar. And obviously, we're going to have double jointed knees down here. I'd be very careful, though, because of this little shin pad here. Looks like it might be on there. Yeah, it looks like it's on there via Velcro. So maybe it's not going to be too bad. Yeah, I'm not going to push it too much past that. But obviously, insane articulation on this guy. So not only does the suit look damn near real, you have probably some of the best articulation I've seen in a long time. Oh, make sure he doesn't fall again. And then we have a split cut down here. So pretty decent articulation on the ankles. It's not great, but it's not horrible by any means. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's a balancing act. Obviously, it seemed like it was. He fell during the shot there, but throughout the video, he's been pretty decent to keep up. And I really am just blown away by the paint application, the detail on the boots, just everything on this. This is probably one of the nicest pieces I've seen in a long time. Now, from all those pros to the biggest con of this piece, and it was almost like a con from Hot Toys. This is the biggest dupe I've seen in a long time. I almost want to swear. And of course, what am I talking about is the cape. They duped us on this cape. All the previous promo shots had the nice one that was included with the blue version, which kind of has this lined golden edge. It's ripped, it's weathered, it has a hood. The cape on the regular version is 10 times better than this piece of crap we got here. I mean, I've seen some people actually taking this cape off and he looks a little bit better, so I might attempt that myself. I can't suggest it, but apparently you can take this cape off, and yeah, I can see it. I can see why he would look a little bit better. They certainly showed the hooded cape with this version originally, and they swapped it out with this piece of crap, normal looking cape. So if you have a blue version hooded one out there and you want to sell me, please hit me up. I will buy it in a hot second because I am disappointed with this one. It's not horrible. We do have a wire all throughout, around downtown, come around downtown, right around the bottom, down around town, come around downtown, right up, right down, downtown, right down. But all in, it looks way too clean, normalized, and we were duped in con, so I'm just not thrilled with the included cape. And a brief glimpse at the included base/stand. Now, a couple of things. I'm probably going to be the only guy in the world that's going to complain about this thing, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. For starters, there should be an option to include, yes, a waist grabber, which I have a little bit out of shot here, and then also we should be able to slide down a crotch grabber. I forget if it's Hot Toys or another company, but I've seen somebody do it where they include both pieces on there so you can waist grab, crotch grab, do whatever the hell you want. Because, dear God, I want to warn everybody out there, please do not keep this thing on the waist grabber. Given the weight of this guy, the way his suit is, the material, it will 100% damage over time. Superman did it, then this guy is double the size. Take your photographs, take your videos, and put him back to a museum pose or a crotch grabber because it is going to goddamn destroy him. Because as far as longevity goes, you would never want to keep it on a waist grabber for more than a few weeks. For $400, this is hollow. It is a plastic hollowed out stand. It should just be one solid base. I mean, it's kind of light almost. I've had 1/6 scale stands, just the normal base, heavier than this thing right here. It looks great, but it is just one big hunk of plastic, and dare I say the quality of some McFarlane figures out there. And I'm riding the line of saying it doesn't look bad. I was just a little bit disappointed that it's basically this hollowed out piece underneath here. When you stuck this in here, you really had to ram it in there. Yeah, just ram it up its ass right in there. Well, the stand doesn't have an ass, so that doesn't make sense. But yeah, you had to really push it in there to get it to hit the threads and then eventually twist it down there, versus it just being a solid piece that maybe hit metal on metal. So the fact that we have metal threads hitting a plastic bottom holding this ridiculously heavy figure is a little bit disappointing. I think that this should have been a little bit more secure. In fact, anybody that twists this on here, I think that it can almost twist indefinitely, so be very careful. Hot Toys is starting to shy away from quality on their stands. For $400, this thing should have been far heavier, casted differently, and a little bit more quality. I mean, come on, $400. Come on, 400? That's a lot of money. And just a quick side-by-side with Nightmare Batman by Hot Toys. And of course, the most appropriate would have been Superman, but unfortunately, I sold that off years ago. So this is the next best thing from the quote-unquote Snyderverse. I don't even know what the hell we were watching at this point. But anyways, one disappointing note that immediately I felt when I got these guys side by side was, is Ben Affleck really bigger than TheRock? I mean, he actually looks a little bit taller in shot here. Or perhaps TheRock just isn't as tall as I realized. I would have assumed that TheRock would have been a little bit taller than Batman when they're side by side with one another. I am truly blown away by the overall quality and presentation of this piece. And there we have it. Black Adam, Deluxe Golden Armor Edition by Hot Toys. And while that might be a mouthful, there are 3 versions out there. You have the regular version that just comes with a basic 1/6 scale stand, and of course my favorite version, a crotch grabber. You have the blue version that came with the better, way more detailed, incredible cape, and then this Golden Armor Edition with the crappy cape. Nonetheless, cape aside, it's wired, it looks decent, and the rest of this piece is goddamn amazing. I think there are mixed feelings on Black Adam. I loved it. There was a lot of people that hated it. The action was incredible to me. And as a fan of TheRock since my childhood, I'm always excited to see him on screen doing something more action-packed instead of those goofy comedy films. As I said earlier, I truly think Hot Toys killed it. From head to toe, the articulation, the quality, the paint application, the details on the suit, like I said, from the chest to his nuts, it is incredibly detailed. This is probably one of the best Hot Toy releases I've seen in a long time. I mean, they really poured their heart and soul into this piece. And whether you hate him or not, TheRock is probably one of the most iconic people in the world right now. I mean, he owns the UFL. He's one of the most popular stars in WWE. He's in basically every goddamn movie. And I think recently he just got into skincare, credit cards, and energy drinks. I mean, this guy is out of control. I don't even know how he sleeps. Nonetheless, I think it's a perfect time to segue into a score on this, and I'm not going to be biased on TheRock, I promise. This is based purely off the quality of this piece and the fact that Hot Toys conned us on that cape. And this is a perfect time to say it. You might have heard me say it before, but because TheRock has lightning bolts, we have to say, like a lightning bolt hitting the tip of my penal is a 9.3 out of 10. Probably one of the best releases I've seen in a long time. And personally, I am holding back just a slight few points. This might have been a 9.5 had it come with that absolutely stellar cape. I feel like Hot Toys duped us on that cape. I truly do. What's included still looks amazing. And we probably have one of the best Hot Toys releases in a long time. Guaranteed not going to see Black Adam 2 because I'm pretty sure he pissed off the executives at WB. But personally, I would have loved to have seen a clash between Black Adam and Superman. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here today at KC Toys with a 9.3 out of 10 in one of the best Hot Toy releases I've seen in a long time. Catch you jabronis next time. KC out. Bro!